Hello, coolers, and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss on the latest developing stories. We start with Ousmane Dembele, as it has been reported that the Barcelona forward, is the best dribbler in the world right now, ahead of Vinicius Junior, reveals CIS data. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, we are going to be discussing on the official squad list of Barca that have been released for the UEFA Europa League 2022-23 season. We are going to be discussing on that as well. So guys, before we get right into the full story, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Xavi Hernandez has been very vocal about his admiration of Ousmane Dembele since his arrival as Barcelona's manager. In fact, he went as far as to call him the best in the world in his position. Working under a manager that believed in him was a blessing to Dembele's career at the club. The Frenchman soon overcame his vicious chain of injuries and is now one of the team's most vital players. The former Borussia Dortmund player may not be the lethal goal-scoring force some expected, but he is responsible for almost every attacking threat the Catalans pose on the field. CIES bring in light statistically what Xavi saw in the young star and proves his point right. The Football Observatory named the French international as the world's best dribbler of 2022, above the likes of Vinicius Junior, Kevin De Bruyne and Kylian Mbappe. This speaks volumes about his contributions on the field and match-winning potential. Part of Dembele's successful dribbling must be attributed to the searing pace that allows him to get away from defenders. That, coupled with his quick feet and ambidexterity, set him apart from the competition. The 25-year-old has made 18 league appearances for Barcelona this season, scoring 5 goals and providing 5 assists. He averages 1.2 dribbles every 90 minutes in the league and 2 dribbles per game in the Champions League this season. In the 2021-22 season of La Liga, Dembele was the player with the most successful dribbles completed per game, with 2.8 dribbles and a completion rate of 66%. He was closely followed by Vinicius Junior, who averaged 2.7 dribbles per game and a significantly lower completion rate of 45%. Nice one there from Ousmane Dembele, who continued to wow many Barca fans with his performances. This season he has been doing great as well. Just before unfortunate injury came during the Girona game. We wish he recovers fast because he is always a key player to this Xavi side. I think looking at the stats that we've just talked about, being the greatest dribbler of the world as it stands from the data from the CIES is something to be happy about, that we have the best dribbler in our team. Ousmane Dembele having a lot of completed dribbles in the league. Dembele, I think Xavi is the best coach that can coach Dembele because he knows how to use him. Dembele, for some seasons back, have not been that consistent, but we have been seeing recently that Dembele continued to be a consistent player who continued to make the difference in the team. And many fans were scared that his injury would bring a lot of problems. When the game against Real Betis on midweek, we saw how Barcelona proved that they can still win without him, and that is how a team is supposed to be. Not relying on one player like how we used to do with Lionel Messi. And of course, Dembele have been showing his skills this season, what he can bring to the table. Xavi continued to show his admiration for the player a lot. He did extend his contract for 2 years this past summer, last year. And Barcelona, according to reports, want to extend his contract by all means again for another 2 years, if possible. That shows how the love that Barca have for Dembele by Xavi and the board, is really, really wonderful. And definitely Dembele continues to show that he is a player of great talent who have shown it since Xavi became our coach, has been playing at the greatest level, and many big clubs continue to show interest in him. So seeing Dembele out like past more than Vinicius Junior when it comes to dribbling, stats and things like that. It's surprising, to be honest, but it's not too surprising, right? Because we see the way Dembele knows how to run, do move his quick feet, do tricky walks on the pitch. And I think one thing that Dembele needs to do is his decision making. I think Xavi himself have always been reiterating about that in some press conferences, that they are working so much on Ousmane Dembele's decision making. His finishing is not the best, and I think being a winger for a club like Barcelona, you must know how to finish. You must know how to score, because wingers do score in this team. And we cannot allow only Lewandowski to be the goal scorer, but because there are times that Lewandowski will have an off game. Nobody is a robot. There's nobody who's like a machine. Human beings have their on and off days, and you don't expect them to be the same all through. So if we can have our wingers who can score, Dembele should learn that, because I think if he does and know how to shoot the ball precisely, it will be something that the whole team will really enjoy. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona's official squad has been updated ahead of their fixture against Manchester United in the Europa League knockout round. The two sides will meet at the Camp Nou on February 16, with the Old Trafford game scheduled for the 23rd. Four goalkeepers have been penned for the competition, with Marc-Andre ter Stegen and Inaki Pena featuring as the senior representatives. Arno Tenas and Ande Astralaga have been called from the reserved sides. All defenders, of course, make it to the list, along with Barcelona Athletic call-ups Marc Casado and Charlie Riyad. There is an interesting change in midfield, though. While Xavi has been officially registered to the senior team in La Liga with the number 6 jersey, he will continue to wear the number 30 in the Europa League because of his registration in the Champions League. Pablo Torre and Alex Garrido are also part of the squad. In attack, the extra space previously occupied by Memphis Depay has been given up to Ilya Shakomak, who had played a few games under Xavi and Sergi Barjuan last season. He has not received any minutes this season so far, though given the fierce competition we have in our team, definitely we don't expect him to be there regularly, right? So Xavi have already made his squad, and of course, I think the whole of Europe, everybody submitted their squad yesterday. Champions League and both Europa League, everything was submitted to the UEFA committee, and while waiting for mid-February for the UEFA competitions to resume, the game against United will be a tough one, to be honest. United are also in good form, and Ten Hag is doing what he does best. So it's not a game that we can minimize. We think we are, even though Barca is trying to, we are already going back to our very best, but we need to, know very well that that game will be a tough one. And it wasn't what we wanted going to the Europa League, but it is what it is. We just need to keep fighting and see if we can go all out and win the tournament. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.